All right, welcome everybody to the Friday evening Zoom call brought to you by Team 1%. Welcome everybody, wherever you're dialing in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. I'm calling in from Orange County, California, on the west coast of the United States of America. My name is Christopher Kim. I'm a national director here in North America. Prior to this industry, I used to be a recording artist and I had some great accolades. But what I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I found this industry about 20 years ago, and this industry completely changed and revolutionized my life. So with that said, I want to welcome everybody that took the time to be here. Today, we're going to be covering some very important announcements. We have some updates from the Riman HQ desk. We got some new promos dropping. So with that said, we're going to be going into announcements, and then the highly anticipated interview for tonight. We have the wonderful director, Miss Kristie Belliston, ready to partake in a host participant interview. We're going to be talking about why it's important to be on a Riman retreat. We just got back from Costa Rica. There's some promotions regarding travel points. We're going to touch upon that, and then we're going to get into really the sizzle of the steak, right? What everybody wants to know. Really, what does it take in the 21st century when we went from brick and mortar to click and order, now social selling? What is it going to take to really dibble and dabble and get a piece of the pie in every part of this business? So we're going to have some important announcements and some action-packed information and some entertaining stuff ready for you today. So if you're ready, please put a 1 in the chat box. Let everybody know that you guys are fired up, ready to go, and we will kick this off. All right, so first things first, we have our fall 2026 Riman Convention of North America, and it is going to be commencing August 7th through the 9th in Viva Las Vegas at the iconic MGM Grand. The MGM Grand is synonymous for huge multi boxing championships, a lot of great concerts, a lot of MMA fights. It is absolutely an iconic place. Probably, even if it's a little outdated, a place you would want to stop by and take a picture, right? Just a bucket list thing you can do. But on top of that, we're bringing value, we're bringing training, we're bringing recognition, and really, really cool announcements coming your way. Obviously, when you come to Vegas, you're going to have a great time. So we will see you there. These are the pricing. Make sure you scan this QR code, but the tickets are $139, and it will be $999 for ticket bundle. Prices will be increasing soon, so make sure you guys take advantage. Also, with that said, starting from tomorrow, Saturday's announcement, as you know, on Saturday, we have the Mandarin overview and the Team 1% training. This is the perfect time to get your team in if you have any Mandarin speaking partners. We will have the director, Mr. Feng Jin, leading the opportunity call also at 7 p.m. Following as soon as our Team 1% training is over. All right. Now, Sunday, obviously, Sunday is, a rest day. We consider it a rest day. But on Monday, we obviously, from the beginning of the week, first thing in the morning, first things first, we like to kick off the first day of the week with our president of sales, Mr. Danny Bay. If you are a team leader and above, make sure you guys get into this leadership and above training. You're going to get first movers advantage in information, training, and all the insights the company has. And also on Mondays, we also have the Riman opportunity brought to you by the Latam market. Make sure you guys plug in. If you have anybody that speaks or listens to Spanish, this is the perfect opportunity call. And also, this person needs no introduction. On Monday, we will have top producing director, Ms. Kristie Belliston, lead the Riman opportunity overview coming this June 29th. All right, so on Tuesday, as you know, we have our regularly scheduled program for Riman orientation, June 30th. We have all the hitters from Team 1%. This is an official North America HQ company line and training, and we will have a lot of our featured speakers from Ms. Kristie Belliston, Linda Hernandez, soon-to-be director Mr. Andy Dow, Mr. Jermaine Johnson, and the one and only Mr. Timothy Herr that will be bringing you the orientation. As you know, this Tuesday is pay period deadline. It is an urgent matter. This requires immediate attention. As you know, we build month to month in this business, and when we build month to month, we all know about maybe 30 to maybe even 50% of your business is going to come probably the last few days of the month for that rush because of qualification, rank advancements. So make sure you guys take advantage of that rush. And also on Tuesday, following Tuesday, we will be having our European orientation training. It's a perfect chance to get our new team members in there from the UK, Ireland, Spain, and Italy. Mr. Danny Bay just kicked off the Italy event. It was a successful event. For those of you that have English speaking planners in the European markets, make sure you get them plugged in. This week, we will be having the top producing director, Miss Abigail Meister, leading the call June 30th, 6 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Spain time, and it'll be 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, now moving on to Wednesday. As you know, Wednesday will be July 1st. It's the first of the month. Wake up, right? So we will be kicking off our monthly rundown. So we will not be having our Team 1% Riman opportunity overview, and we will be plugging in the monthly rundown where they're going to be giving recognition of top producers, new ranks, special event updates, and business building promotions, and more. Also, for the Latin America market, for this day, Wednesday, we also have the Latin American General Manager, Ms. Rodolfo Vargas, and President of Sales, Mr. Danny Bay, doing announcements and their rundown for July 1st. This will be kicking off 7 p.m. CDMX time. Perfect event for any Spanish-speaking planners. All right. Now, on Thursday, as you know, again, we have our regularly scheduled North America HQ program, which is the Riman Revealed Opportunity Presentation. We have the wonderful Lisa Hernandez and top producing director, Miss Abigail Meister, kicking off this opportunity presentation. If you have any friends, make sure you get them on. This is the perfect time to really take advantage of the opportunity call. And as you know, Thursday the 2nd, we will be having our European kickoff call. In a few short years, I never dreamed Riman would be in this many countries, right? When I first started, maybe we were in 7 and I was having fear of loss. Maybe I kind of missed out, but now you see all these markets opening all over the world. That is the power of trending K-beauty, okay? Also, Riman, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, right? Asia Pacific. The Asia Pacific kickoff meeting is also going to be kicking off July 2nd at 11 a.m. This will be live streamed. Make sure you guys scan your QR codes and we will see you there. Also, next Friday's guest will be the amazing director, Miss Leah Lavoie. She has an amazing humanism story. She is actually several years into battling her cancer, but we have had great news that the cancer isn't spreading. It's getting smaller, and she has gotten progress, and that is really special. What the mind can do, the benefit of positive thinking, the power in positive thinking. There's nobody else that I could think of other than Miss Leah Lavoie talking about really overcoming certain obstacles, right? And today she's a top producing director, and she's actually living her best life. So after this week, next week we will have Mr. Timothy Herr hosting and interviewing Miss Leah Lavoie. So stay tuned for that. All right, so I'm going to be covering the Riman Retreats segment, guys. Obviously we're going to be talking about Riman Retreats in our interview and the importance of it, but this one is absolutely important. You guys have to go. I'll tell you exactly how I felt. I felt like I didn't want to go to Costa Rica, to be honest with you, because I didn't want to stop production. I wanted to work. It wasn't ever a place that I was dying to go. I heard great things about Costa Rica, but I just didn't know what to expect, right? But thank God I took time to go, right? Because when you go with the attitude of serving your team, but also great experiences and memories, these are going to be memories that you'll never ever forget for the rest of your life, and the bond that you create with your team. Now you understand why these trips exist. It is the glue that keeps your vision, the dream alive and well together. So we're going to talk about the Riman Retreats, the next one coming up. I know a lot of people feel intimidated, thinking they might not be able to qualify, or I'm not a team leader, or I'm not a director. But the reality of the matter is, you don't have to be neither. In this Riman Retreat, it's going to be solely based upon your performance. Rank is, not really a factor. So with spring 2027 Riman Retreats, we have announced the Bahamas that we are going. So North America, Canada, and Mexico will be participating in the next Riman Retreat trip. But check this out, okay? Where we're going is a place called the Baha Mar, okay? This place is supposed to rival the Atlantis. Okay. And I heard Atlantis is pretty old, right? And Bahamar is a lot newer. And I'm telling you, man, like, last time we went out with Abby, Miss Kristie Belliston, Mr. Ryan Belliston on this catamaran. I will be looking for more catamarans, to be honest with you. That was one of the best experiences of my life with my team. And I want to do it again here in the Bahamas. And I hope to see you guys all there as well. So let's talk about how to qualify. As it's very simple, guys. As long as you do the required money-making activities in the business that you're already supposed to do, you will find yourself one day waking up qualified for this trip, because it's not rocket science. It's just going to be based upon doing the required work, even to be successful here, right? So if you acquire 1,000 travel points, you qualify for tier 1, 1,500 travel points, tier 2, and you get a $500 reimbursement for a trip for one. Now, at tier 3, 2,500 travel points, this is where it gets exciting, because you get to take a significant other trip for two, up to $1,000 airfare reimbursement, and a 3,000 travel point tier 4 for a trip for two, and a $2,000 reimbursement. Now, how do I get the points? Again, like I had said, rank is irrelevant on this promotion. It's all about the activities you do, right? So if you sell to a customer, every retail customer order for 100 SP you do, you're going to be able to scoop up 1 travel point. You're going to max out at 5 travel points per order. Obviously, the monthly performance, if you are a team leader and you qualify open line your 10,000 SP, you're going to scoop up 40 travel points. You do 20,000 SP, you're going to get 80 travel points. Simple as that, right? It's going to accrue. Now, same thing as a director. If you are a director open line 100,000 SP, you will be able to scoop up per 100,000 SP you do additional 100 travel points as well. And throughout the entire year, just like what we're going to announce today, we will be doing special promotions, giving out additional travel points so we could get you over the ledge and qualify. Obviously, if you rank advance, right, move through the ranks, you're going to be rewarded. Manager, 20 travel points. Senior manager, 50 travel points. Team leader, 200 travel points. Director, 500 travel points. Senior director, 750 travel points. National director, 1,000 travel points. And when you become a sponsor monster and you frontline somebody, and you help your frontline planner become a senior manager, every time you do this, you're going to scoop up 30 additional travel points given to you by the company for your leadership. All right, so let's talk about this. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty, because Riman retreats matter. It is a big part of your business. It is a big portion of the glue in your business. So let's make June count. We only have 4 days left before pay period deadline is going to be over, right? So we have the June Travel Point Accelerator, right? So generate a total of 1,000 personal SP in June, and you're going to receive double the earned travel points for the entire month. Okay. Now, if you generate a total of 2,000 personal SP in June, you will receive 3x, 3 times the earned eligible travel points for the entire month. So what activities is going to pay you those travel points, not pay you, but award you those travel points, which is monthly open group performance. Travel points from June production is what's going to count. Retail customer orders will give you travel points earned in June. Manager and senior manager rank advancements will give you travel points earned in June. And team leader and above rank advancement will give you travel points based on a July 1 rank advancement. Now, personally sponsored senior manager rank advancement travel points are earned in June, right? Pretty much do the required activities to generate an income, maybe to get promoted, what you're supposed to do anyway. If you do it and you fulfill your duties and you do it right, you're going to be rewarded. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about really the qualifiers and how this works. We want to make June count. Your journey to the 2027 Riman Retreat Bahamas trip starts today, taking action today. Let's finish June strong. So generate a total of 1,000 personal SP in June. Again, 2x on your travel points. Generate 2,000 personal SP in June, and you will 3x on your travel points for the entire month. Okay, it's for the entire month worth. Okay, now, so again, like I said, monthly open group performance, retail customer orders, senior manager and senior manager rank advancements, team leader and above rank advancements. Obviously, that's going to show a July 1st rank advancement date, and personally sponsored senior manager rank advancement. Remember, somebody you frontline sponsor, you help them go senior manager, boom, 3x on that, guys. Let's make this count. Whether you're growing your customer community, building toward your next rank, or securing a spot for the next Riman retreats in the Bahamas, this is your moment to take action and make it count, guys. We are 4 days out, 4 days left. Let's make it count. Let's get over the hump. All right, guys. Now, without further ado, the next individual I want to introduce obviously needs no introduction, but this individual is the most classy, savvy, social media witty person I have ever met. And on top of that, this person, has gone through extensive training, leadership training, personal development training, and myself and so many more look up to this leader. And we are so honored and thankful for your time today, Miss Kristie Belliston. Welcome to the Team 1% Zoom call. Thank you for your gracious interview tonight.
Oh
Welcome.
my goodness. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here and just thank you for even having me here tonight on the Team 1%. I'm going to call it a huddle. And it's just so wonderful to see all of you guys here as well. Who's excited for the Bahamas?
Let's
This
go.
this promotion that dropped when it did, I had no idea. I saw
Yeah.
it last night and I was
2x,
so excited.
2x, 3x,
Yeah,
yes.
right, right. It's
Amazing,
amazing. So,
amazing. Well,
so Chris, how do you want to do this? Are we doing interview style or do
yeah,
you?
so I just have a bunch of questions for you. And I'm pretty much gonna ask what everybody's thinking, what's on their mind, and maybe we could kind of share um, you know, some data, because I've had my fair share of, going after social media influencers and talking to them. And I kind of related to most influencers based on my previous past career experiences. Something like I was looking always for a connection point where we could always relate, right?
Mhm.
But I would like to share some of this information, but I'm really excited for you to share your nitty gritty, how you discovered it, what you learned along the way. But before we do that, let's talk about Riman retreats, the importance of it, really what you went through, why it's so important to go, just tell us what you did to qualify, and then let's go through when you arrived, what happened, just tell us your experience. We want to know.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, there's so many things that I want to say about this, but I feel like the most important thing is that when you earn a trip like this, it's really not about the trip. It's really just who you become in the process. The cool thing about what we get to do here is the work that we're doing already, we're getting rewarded for it. And I've earned incentive trips throughout my career. I've been to incredible destinations, like most of you guys probably have, beautiful resorts, amazing experiences. But here's what I've learned. The destination is really never the best part. It's all about the people. It's the people that you're putting yourself in front of, the rooms that you're in. And I'll tell you guys this, like every single breakthrough that I've had in my business can always be traced back to being in the same room with people who were thinking bigger than I was. That's the personal development. Like you can watch trainings online, you can listen to podcasts, you can join Zoom calls, but you guys, there's nothing like being there shoulder to shoulder with people that are building something extraordinary, who think bigger, who think differently. Your standards change, your belief expands, like your vision gets bigger. Like it's all of the reasons why we definitely want to run for something like this, but it's also convention too, like making sure that you don't miss an event, make sure that you guys are in those types of rooms. But here's one thing I saw a comment actually on a social media today, and it said, she's in Riman, so I hope she might be on this call. But she said, "Oh my gosh, I've been to the Bahamas. So amazing. You guys have so much fun." And it made me so sad because what I saw when I read it was she already dismissed her even trying to go for it. And so what I'm here to say is that it's not about being, yes, the Bahamas is amazing. Yes, I'm so excited. Like Bree has shared some incredible pictures with us, and there's pink flamingos like that just walk around the hotel. It's like, really seeing yourself there. But I think what we need to remember is that it's who we become as we are earning this trip. Like that's really what the most important part in all of this is that the habits that you're going to build to qualify, the customers that you're going to help, the consistency that you're going to create, the confidence that you're going to gain. Like those things are going to stay with you so long after the plane lands. It's really just the beginning. So, take advantage of what we're doing right now. Being able to 2x, 3x, you guys, your travel points this month is huge. I don't know if Rimon's going to do this again. So we really want to make that, and it's doing again what we should be doing already. We're business owners. We're here because we want to do what? We want to make money. 1,000 personal SP should be an absolute, like that's a non-negotiable. And then if you hit 2,000, oh my gosh, that's a bonus, right? And so just really be thinking about, ways that you're going to be able to do that. And the ways that to do that are simple.
Yeah.
Contact every single customer, every single person that has signed up with you. Let it just reach out, have a conversation with them. It doesn't have to be salesy. You literally could just be checking up on people and just saying, hey, I just wanted to pop in and say, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed weekend. Just thinking about you. Just putting your face in front of people. It doesn't have to be anything that is, that makes people feel uncomfortable, put it that way. So,
I
and you,
have another question for you.
yes,
So on this trip, I had a chance to spend time with Ryan Belliston.
yeah.
You were able to bring your spouse, your significant other. Now I know, like throughout the year you qualified your position, but take us through what it was like after you qualified yourself and that determination that you're going to get your +2, you're going to qualify your spouse. He's coming with me, come hell, rain or high water, like, and t take us through that journey, because like once you qualify, you're like, "Ooh, I made it," but I gotta take Ryan, So take us through
Yeah.
that whole experience, that push, your mindset.
So for those of you guys that know me, you know that I love doing life with my husband, and I travel mainly only with my husband. So he's my guy, he's my person. I don't attend events or anything without him unless his work schedule doesn't allow it. So it's a non-negotiable for me. It's like I don't even look at the 1,000 SP that needs to be earned for the Bahamas trip. I'm looking at tier 3. So again, when you guys are looking at this, I mean, think bigger because again, what do we hear? Like you reach for the stars, worst case, you're going to hit the moon. And so, yeah, when I first hit Costa Rica, it was just like, oh, okay, that was like first base, right? You're just like, okay, but I got to get to home run because I got to get my husband there. And so, it's just continuing to do what you're doing already. You just 10x it. And so yeah, as soon as he was qualified, I will say because I didn't think higher. I was literally just thinking tier 3. As soon as he qualified, I can even see myself. I kind of put on the
Taking a breather.
brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so always go bigger because you'll keep
So
the brake, you'll keep the gas on, foot on the
So
pedal.
can you tell all of our listeners and viewers on the call today, like how you get treated when you arrive? Like what is this retreat experience like? Like when you arrive, from the airport where they pick you up,
Mhm.
just take us down memory lane.
Okay, so and this is another thing too. Like maybe you have been to the Bahamas, and so you're thinking, "Oh, I've already been there." You haven't experienced you haven't experienced a Riman trip because literally everything is planned out for you. They know when you're landing. You are greeted by someone that's holding a Riman sign. They grab your luggage, they put it in either it's a beautiful travel bus or it's a really luxury van. And you're completely taken care of from the moment you land. I would even say from the moment you board your plane until you are back home. And so you never pull out your credit card once unless you want to leave and go on an excursion or go to town or whatever it might be. But you are treated, it's red carpet service the whole entire time. And
Yeah.
again, it's just being in the room, being able to have those conversations with Betty and Danny, and being with people like Chris and Tim, and just being able to sit down and brainstorm and talk about your business and have those types of game plans from people that are doing it and that are doing what we all want to do. All of that is just it's priceless, truly priceless.
Can you also share with our listeners and viewers like what it does, like team bonding, like, whether it's your team, sideline, one thing I do know is Team 1% operates as a servant leadership attitude. Every single one of our leaders here, right? We always stress, the name on the back of the jersey is great, but don't forget the name on the front of the jersey. We're all one team, one family. And I
Yeah.
think Team 1% does a great job of exemplifying that. But, like, what does it do for you? Like, like, what is it, what creates the bond, the glue when you're with your team? And like, what does that dynamic look like when you're there?
You know, I there's nothing like being having the energy of the person that you see on Zoom every day or that you see on social media every day sitting right next to you and having that like having those fun conversations, really getting to know people. But I'll tell you what it does. Every single person that I talked to at Costa Rica, those that were there that were on my team, they will never miss a trip again. For most of them, this was their first incentive trip that was hosted by Riman. And they had even been on incentive trips before in previous companies that maybe they were in. And this one, after they said, I will never, ever, I will do whatever it takes to make sure that I'm on an incentive trip like this and I'm never missed it again. But again, it is you there's a bond and a friendship that happens when you're sitting side by side and when you're with people on vacation, because that's really what we are. We're on vacation. Like I love the way that the Remon does this because they give us so much time to have fun and to play and to do those types of things that really bond you and your team together. So it's not just about you getting to the trip, it's about also creating that momentum to get your team there as well. Because I'll just tell you, there's nothing like it to be able to have which is the most important thing, the relationships that are really just going to cement and create even a stronger foundation for you and your business.
So, as we wrap up the Riemann retreat part, here's what I want to ask you because every single leader, it doesn't matter if you're Team 1%, XS, DBK, or SGM, whatever team it is, it's safe to say that every leader, when they come to this retreat, by the time you're leaving, you have this like heavy heart because you're like, I wish more people on my team came. And then you have this determination, like the next one. Like, tell me what that feels like and when does that start brewing in you and stirring and like, explain all those feelings because every leader goes through this when they go there.
Every leader goes through this when you attend, I think, any event, when you're sitting in the seat at an event, when you're sitting at convention, when you're sitting, and especially on the incentive trips. And the thing of it is that there's almost a sadness that you didn't help more people get there. Like that's how I feel. I feel like this almost a little bit of a heaviness when I'm there, and it's good, but because then I come back home and I'm like, I got to make sure nobody misses this trip because I know what it's going to do for them, their lives, their business, their future, right? And so there's the good and the bad. The bad is that when you're there, you wish that you could have helped more people get there. But again, it's really up to you. Like it's you
Yeah.
making the decision and setting the goal and then going for it. But I promise you, you're gonna experience it too when you're there, and especially if you're there alone and you're not there with anybody on your team. You're gonna wish that you helped more people get there.
Yeah. Look, one thing I could share with everybody, in, our experience in Costa Rica, I think all of us we made the best of it, but the most memorable was that catamaran. We rented a catamaran, went out to this island. They cooked for us, and we spent some time on the beach. But I remember being on that boat and just wishing we had brought more people from our team just to share that experience. I just remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
just
was
that.
the best. And just thank you. Like thank you for even organizing that.
Oh,
I'm so happy again that I said yes because it rained the next day and we didn't really get a day on that last day, but the last day was also great for just team bonding and just
yeah,
sitting and doing nothing in this gorgeous hotel while it was raining outside and just having good conversations and brainstorming and all of that fun stuff. But I'll tell you, the catamaran with Chris was it, you guys. You're gonna Bahamas. We all need to be on the catamaran with Chris. It was so much fun, and I'll never forget it.
All right, for those of you that are here listening in the chat box, if you are going to be going to the Bahamas with us, throw up a one in the chat box, please. Let's get that rolling because we are
Hey,
going to be making memories, tickling our toes in the sands, drinking a pina colada, talking about, remember that person that said no? That's usually how it goes, guys. All right. Now let's kind of U-turn and change gears here. We're here for the main meat of the move. We're here, look at the participation. It doubles when you come, Miss Christie.
Stop.
Everybody wants to hear, you know, what is
Uh,
going on. But listen, right now, whether it's our industry direct sales or, just e-commerce or, just retail, whatever it is, we are living in a world where, brick and mortar has gone to click and order, and now we are doing influencer social media marketing and sales. I remember when, in the early 2000s, we said, why would I ever order something online when I can go to the store, buy it, and bring it home that day? Today, we refuse to go. We want Amazon Prime, right? Think of
yeah.
how things change like that right now. Who would have known? Like, because 20 years ago, or even maybe 13 years ago, 15 years ago, when Miss Christie and I were in the same company in another venture, who would have known like the way we communicate is going to just make the world smaller, connect us even more. And the reason why I applaud some of our leaders here, whether it's Christie, Kate, Miss Brianna Michaels, just most of our leaders here, like they understand trends and they know how to like get ahead of the curve quick, right? And that's because you guys have leadership as a foundation. But what we want to know is like when it comes to social media marketing, right? Like how can we tell the audience today that you yourself don't have to have 100,000 followers or things like that? It's just about communicating the right frequency or the right messaging or the right language. um, you know, you as an influencer as well, like what would you say would help somebody appeal to someone like yourself? Because a lot of people will feel like, how would I ever recruit a Kristie Belliston, right? But
Mhm.
but remember, I'm not a Kristie Belliston, but it's all about figuring out really the language to speak to each other, right? So what
Yeah.
would you think would be the best approach?
So when you asked me to speak on this, I was thinking to myself, okay, well, how would I reach out to somebody that has influence on social media? And I love what you said, Chris, that it doesn't matter the following because, and I'm just going to use you as an example, Chris, because you used yourself as an example when we were talking
Yeah.
before we started the call, which Chris is a private account. He has 5,000 followers. He's an influencer. And so there is a theory behind it. And so instead of teaching you theory, I want to talk to you a little bit more about how to understand how influencers think. Because if you
Yeah.
know how they think, then you're going to know how to speak to them. You're going to know exactly, how to, you know, so that they can.
Relate.
So yes,
Create
exactly.
the common
And
common ground.
so yeah, so I'm going to use myself as a little bit of an example, only because when I was first introduced to the direct sales model, coming from a place where I was working at the time live on national television, I was an influencer, and so when this business model was introduced to me, the way that it was introduced to me was actually perfect, and so after your text this morning asking if I would talk on the call, it just kind of got my brain going. It's like, well, what worked for me? And so I'm going to share with you guys 4 points. So hopefully you have a notebook and a pen. I really want you to write these down because I feel like this is across the board what is going to work. If you're looking at this and you're really wanting to recruit that influencer, which, by the way, if you influence anyone, you're an influencer. But I know that when we're talking influencers, we're talking about someone that is a Kimberly Wymier, a Kate Twig, gosh, I can go on and on. I don't want to miss anybody out. A Brianna Michael, a Christopher Kim, myself. So the biggest mistake that people make is they lead with too much information. And so point number one is going to be stop recruiting and you need to start creating belief. Because for most people that are influencers right now, if you're looking at them and they're not in the direct sales space, maybe they've never been in direct sales, but they are crushing it online as an affiliate marketer or as a digital marketer, you definitely do not want to lead with compensation plans or anything like that. They don't understand this business model. So influencers, they do not wake up thinking, who has a compensation plan for me today? They wake up thinking, does this fit to my brand? Will my audience trust this? And is this something that I can believe in? So before I ever looked at this business, I fell in love with the products. And so when you're looking again at people that are in affiliate marketing or digital marketing, they have a lot of influence. They've got 1 million followers. They're crushing it online, right? They're going to fall in love with the products first. So I think also about what Tim and Chris did with me with Riman. Like, even though this is my third network marketing company, they're smart, guys. Guess what they did? They led with the product because they know that from my standpoint, I've got to fall in love with the product first. Okay. So if you are serious about working with influencers, you have to invest in them. You've got to get the products in their hands and you need to let them experience the products because no influencer wants to promote something that they've never touched. Okay. So the first thing is that to create the experience because we know our products are going to create conviction. Our products are amazing. And so that's the beautiful thing about what we have here than I think any other company is that we know that as soon as we can get these products on people's faces, on people's skin, it's a win-win. Right? So here's the second point, and write this one down. Social proof matters more than excitement. So people that have influence, they are not about hype. Okay. You can't hype them into joining a network marketing company. Okay. So the second thing that happens is that they need to see social proof. So this is where you're going to show them people like Kimberly Wymier, Kate Twig, people that are having great success on social media. You need to show them what they're doing, okay? So what I do when I'm talking to an influencer is I'm actually sending them to Kate, I'm sending them to Kim, I'm sending them to their Instagram accounts because I want them to see that look at these people are having great success here, okay?
Proven. It's proven.
You got to prove it. You got to show the social proof because they need to see it. They need to see it. You guys, that changes everything. And I know for me, I was introduced to the products. I fell in love with the products. I was still on the fence. I was having great success in digital marketing. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what Chris and Tim did that was very, very different and the reason why I'm sitting here today. But here's the thing that really, really caught my attention outside of already loving the products taking me away from having great success in digital marketing was guess who I saw? I saw people that I had looked up to for years on social media, people that were influencers in my life promoting Riman. All of the sudden, I'm watching their stories, I'm looking at them on social media, and now they're promoting Riman. You guys, that changed everything. And it's not because I copy people, it's because something in me told me that, okay, this is big. These people, wait a minute. I was first. I had these products before them, and they were doing it. So when successful people begin making moves, right? When you start to see that, you're going to stop asking, well, should I? And you're going to start asking, well, what do they know that I don't? So creating some sort of FOMO, big deal. I know that was it for me. So social proof, huge. Point number 3 is show them what success looks like here. So again, a lot of times influencers, they don't really have a background in direct sell in our business model. And so after they try the products, and after they, they're looking at other accounts of people that are having great success here, really you've got to show that they can succeed here too. And so for me, I know I needed evidence. And when I saw that Katie Martin, she was actually the girl that I saw promoting Riman, and she is the reason why I'm sitting here today because she created enough FOMO in her stories that she sold me on making the decision to come into Riman. Okay. So again, you're just introduce them to people that have influence. And here's the beautiful thing about Riman that I have found is that we are all like what Chris said, we're all one. We are all one family here. I am sure, and I don't want to overdo this, but I'm sure that Kim would be happy to get on a 3-way call with an influencer. So you kind of be thinking also that too, that we are one family. I know that I would be happy to get on a three-way call with anybody that maybe is like an influencer and that you're wanting to introduce this business model to. Okay. Okay. Point number four. This is actually the biggest one is help them see a better business model. So
Mhm.
here's something that really shifted my perspective. Most influencers today, they've been trained to basically chase the sell. When I left the network marketing space for a little bit and I dove into digital marketing, and here's what I found. It's a grind. It is a grind because yeah, you can get a sell, but you that's it. You get one sell and yeah, it was a high ticket offer. You get that one sell, that one high ticket offer, that's it. So you've got to keep selling and keep selling and keep selling. They post the reel, someone clicks on their affiliate link, they earn a commission. That's it. And they wake up the next morning and they're back to zero. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is where the education comes in. They don't need comp plans right now. They don't need a lot of information. They need the products in their hand. They need the products on their skin. They need to see social proof. And then they need to see a better way to make more money. And so this is where you can talk to them a little bit more about residual income. They'll understand residual income. Okay. So where's the next sale coming from? And I love affiliate marketing. Like it totally changed my life. So when you're having those conversations, you need to say, I love affiliate marketing too. Because most likely, most of you guys are probably affiliates for other things as well. But this is where you're going to talk to them a little bit about, you know, what I love about this is that I too have been an affiliate marketer, or I too, right? You got to have that relatability to create trust. But here's why I'm doing what I'm doing now, and then talk about freedom, residual income, being able to not just make one sell, but the products are so good that people come back. So now you're getting reoccurring orders over and over and over again. And so just that part of the education is so, so, so important. And just opening their mind to just seeing that, you know, you're still creating content. You're going to still do everything that you're currently doing. You don't have to do anything different. The only thing is that you're not going to be constantly filling a bucket that has holes. You're not going to do that. You're going to be building an asset. And this is one of the biggest mindset shifts that you can teach them, is that basically you're now going to be able to have a bucket. There's no holes, and it's just going to keep filling itself up when you're not working. When you're not working. And so everyone's looking for freedom. Everybody wants to have more time. And so that's what you're selling because they are working hard. Those people that have influence and that are doing more of just affiliate marketing, they're working really, really hard. It is a grind for them every single day to get the next sell. Okay. And so I wanted to leave you with this one last thing because this is what Tim and Chris did that were so different. And they respected my timing. I never ever felt hunted. I never felt pressure. I didn't feel like that at all. Every single conversation that I had with Tim and Chris just was another piece of information to help me with my decision. That's it. And the most important lesson in all of it was usually the more successful that someone is, the less they're going to respond to pressure. I don't respond to hype because I am a hype girl. Like I know what hype is. Like I hyped on national television for 20 years. And so hype does not sell me. Pressure doesn't sell me. Here's what it does. Confidence sells me. They the more confident they were with what they were doing, right? I was watching them. I'm watching their stories. I'm looking at what they're doing. I'm watching them build this business because what they were doing was they were showing me convention. They were showing me trips to Cabo. They were showing, I think it was Mexico was your first incentive trip. So I'm stalking them like a stalker, but it was so good to see that the way that they did it, because the way that they did it was they were just taking me on their journey. And as they were taking me on their journey, I was watching them build this with such confidence, and that's all I needed. So influencers are attracted to confidence. They're attracted to evidence. They're attracted to vision. And so if you guys can give them those three things, they will make the decision themselves. Okay. So they don't need to be pressured. They don't need it. As soon as they make the decision, it's just now you just keep answering their questions and you're confident, right? You're leading them to show them exactly what's possible. And then after I made that decision, here's what I first thing I said to Tim, don't let me leave money on the table. I'm red. I'm here for I am a business person. I am here for the money. And he said, okay, well then if that's the case, we got to get you to manager today. Okay, tell me what to do. Influencers will do that. Okay, you will not have to try to pull anything out of them. They will come to you and say, okay, what's the plan? Where are we going? What are we doing? And it's your job to guide them. Okay. So if you want to attract high influence influencers, stop asking, how can I convince them or how can I get them? Don't use those words. Okay. What proof do they need before they'll convince themselves? Okay. Because again, influencers do not buy hype, they buy vision. So you've got to have a vision. They're going to buy momentum, they're going to buy your belief. So is your belief a 10? Is your belief a 10 here in the opportunity? Is your belief a 10 in the product? Is your belief a 10 in your vision? Is your belief a 10 in the mission? Because if it is, you're going to crush it. You're going to crush it. And you are going to attract those types of people that are going to explode your organization. Okay. So,
I have a question. I have another question for you.
yes.
So I have a few questions I wanted to ask you. Well, first I need to clarify. You know how you say you didn't feel hunted? I will guarantee you, Tim Her felt hunted by me. Okay. He was hunted by me because I knew we gotta get you, because I knew you'd be the best at this business. But anyways, that's just a behind the scenes story. Like like Tim and Joe will tell you, like I terrorized them for months. But
I'm
let
so
me ask
glad you
you,
did though, because Tim did not quit. Like he
yeah,
was,
he didn't.
I even told him no at one point. And so that's another thing too, don't
Tenacity,
quit on anyone.
tenacity. Yes.
Yeah.
Here's what I
You
want to
gotta
ask
have
you.
that.
Here's the important thing I want our listeners to understand. So I think what helps is to articulate the platform. You see, network marketing all along has been a platform business, right? Like a platform where you could create a community, create a distribution channel. Now, influencers own a platform. So how do you explain the marriage of those two platforms being synergistically? Because in Riman, you see the synergy with influencers, yourself, what the magic is. What is the best way for somebody to explain where an influencer can get an aha moment about our business?
Slowly. Like I know that probably not the answer that you were expecting, but influencers are experts at creating attention. Like that's what they're really, really good at. And so mainly when you have somebody that's already selling on social media, you need to speak their language. First of all, what do they understand? They understand affiliate marketing. That's We're affiliate marketing. I mean, really, you just speak to them that we are an affiliate
Also,
marketer.
our manager, senior manager position is like an affiliate position as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so when I say slowly, is this, you definitely do not want to overwhelm them with talking about ranks and positioning or anything like that will come later and you will know when it's time because exactly what I did. I mean, really at the very, very beginning with working with Tim and Chris, it was just let's get her the product, right? And then we're just going to make sure that we keep her in the loop. That was really it. I remember with Tim, it was just, hey, we've got convention. This was April. And he's like, we got our first convention. I would love for you and Ryan to be there. And so it was little things like that. He just continued to invite me to just take a look, invited me to take a look,
The
invited
drip,
me to take a
drip,
look.
the drip.
Yeah, just little drips. But I mean, great examples of okay, how do I speak to an influencer? Kind of look at what Kimberly Wymier is doing. Like she's an affiliate for a lot of different things, you guys, not just Riman. And so study her. Like look at how she does her social media, and it's going to help you have conversations with people that are like her. And
Mm,
so again, it's just talking about, and they're going to ask the questions like, well, how much is the commission?
mhm.
Well, you can make up to 52% commission here. Do you want me to show you how? So like it's those types of things. I wouldn't say 10%. I would say, well, you could make up to, here's what we can do. Do you want me to show you how? And because
Yeah.
that's if they know that they can make more, because they're used to making 8%, 10% anyway, because most affiliates are anywhere from, I would say 5%. A good one would be like 16%.
I would jot this down if you guys are paying attention. 5 to 8% is, so you have Riman to appeal because,
Because even as a planner at 10%, they're okay with that because they're used to that. So that's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
one thing I want to share with you, Miss Christie, is here's what I found that worked well for me when I talk to influencers, because I come from the entertainment industry like you. So there is like a relatable point that we could talk about, right? But the
Mhm.
way I look at influencers is I treat them like mini movie stars, literally. And I take it from the agent perspective. Like if I'm an upline and I'm looking to recruit you into my business, I literally take the Jerry Maguire broker, agent, manager approach
Yeah.
because you have to respect the art that they do, right? And it's not about I'm better than you. I come as an accessory to add value to them, right? And how I articulate this to them is I say, like, let's look at Steven Spielberg, right? Steven Spielberg, when he first launched the Star Wars franchise with George Lucas, he had an ultimatum to all of his actors and actresses. He said, if you're looking for an upfront running guarantee payout, get out of the movie because I took a back end royalty deal. So I want all my actors to take a back end royalty deal. Nobody took upfront money. And that Star Wars franchise went on to be a multi-billion-dollar franchise, which secured everybody for life. They never had to go on and do another project, right? So
Yeah.
the way I take it is I treat these influencers kind of like mini movie stars or celebrities, and I'm the agent. And it's my job to explain the monetary benefit to them in their language. And the way I
Their
say
language.
it is the reason why Kristie Belliston or Kim Weimer or Kate Twig or Courtney Spencer is successful is because they've essentially created a nest egg residual income, like a golden goose that lays the golden eggs, so that they don't have to sell out their integrity for a paycheck.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? This
Yeah.
is what I caught. Because, like, if you have a foundation of residual income, and again, as an influencer, when you're not feeling guilty, you don't feel scummy, these products are honest, they're going to do exactly what they say. What I found worked well is selling the picture on the long-term money for them. And when that money becomes secured to them through consumers, then they don't have to necessarily sell out on anything. They could move with their own conviction and they can
Hmm.
keep the integrity intact, right? So I always approach it as like a humble manager trying to add cherry on top of already what they do. I found that this works really well. And then I go on to show them your reels, Kate's reels, Courtney's reels, Kim's reels, showing definite proof that the proof is in the pudding. It does work and people are actually making it happen.
Yep.
That
It's
really helped
good.
a lot.
So good. Gold, gold. And everyone's saying, brilliant. You're right. Fantastic. All the things. So good. I want to answer Sandra's question because she
Yeah, last
said,
5 minutes. Let's take some questions for Miss Christie.
okay, she said, if they say yes, show me how to make up to 52%. And you don't know how to explain that. What do you do? That is where the calls come in. Like that is the calls. When I was starting to look, it was April, and I started looking more into Remon. And I remember I reached out to Tim and I said, okay, I don't even know how to log into my account. Like I had an account already because I was a customer. I said, I don't even know how to log in. I don't know where to start. And you know what Tim said? Tim could have totally helped me. He said, hey, hop on this call tonight. It'll
Yep.
walk you through everything
And he does that with intention all the time.
all the time. He was already teaching me duplication. So what he was doing was saying, if someone does this to you eventually, Kristie, this is what
Promote
you
this.
need to do. And so you got to get, this is where the calls are for. Use the opportunity calls. So that's what I would do.
All right, guys, we got a few minutes. Let's take some last minute questions. Let's throw them Christie's way.
So Brianna, this is a good one. Love this. What to say? That's covering your thing. What to say to start off a conversation with someone who doesn't know you? So this is such a good question. So when we're on social media and we're out there and we're posting, I think one of the things that we need to remember about social media is that it's still a place to be social. And
Yep.
so every single day, what I'm trying to do on social media is create relationships. So people that don't know me, mainly with the way that social media is set up right now, they're never going to see me. They're never going to see my messages if we're not connecting in some way. So one thing that I'd like to do is I write down maybe you've got three people that are influencers that you would love to help, that you would love to introduce Riman to, and you need to become their number one fan. So most of them are using keywords nowadays. And so if they have a product that they're promoting, or if they have a digital product or something that they're trying to sell, you need to be in those comments, and you are doing their key, you're going to do their keyword. What that's going to do is it's going to automatically put you in their DMs so that they can now see you. If you're trying to reach out to somebody, it's going to go to another folder. They're never going to look at that because their folders are already so full of people. And so one of the biggest things is create the relationship. How? Become their number one fan.
Yep.
Be in their stories, comment on their family, comment on their life, do their keywords, get in their DMs. And then compliment. Well, now you're going to start to have an ongoing conversation. This happened to me today. And then pretty soon, next thing you know, they're asking what you're doing. You're doing
You're
da.
so
And
right.
now, yeah. And now, have
No,
you ever heard of Korean Beauty?
a year ago, I interviewed Miss Kim Weimer on this call too, as well, right? And she said the perfect thing, similar to what you said. She said your followers are people that paid to come to your concert, but the people that come and engage with you, they're the ones in the front row singing along and doing this, right? And she gave the best explanation, but that's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, to say how would you start off a conversation? I would say it's got to flow. It's got to just be really natural. The lady that I connected with today, she has 500,000 followers. I didn't know. She actually come into my DMs, and we found out we both motorbike. She saw my stories about the hiking, and so she asked how long I've been hiking, and now she's following me, I'm following her, and now we're in conversation. And so, of course, the next thing, what do you know about Korean beauty? And so now they can come back and they can answer. Most likely it's not. And then now you can be the expert. I would love to send you some products. That would be
And
my
just
next
like
thing. Send me
that,
your
yeah.
address. I would love to
Just
send you
like
some.
that, prospecting has opened up. Okay, I think we're pressed for time. Time is up, but I want to thank you so much, Miss Kristie Belliston, for your valuable time. Before we close out, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna do a last call to action regarding our promo, and then we will close out. But remember, guys, regarding our call to action, we have 4 days left to close out the month strong. And as you know, the last 4 days are critical. Most of the volume comes at the last week, the last few days of the month. So we want to take advantage of this. Just imagine doubling and tripling and getting you over the hump because we want you in Bahamas. Okay. Generate a total of 1,000 personal SP in June, and you're going to 2x your earned travel points for the entire month. Do you guys understand that? Whatever you earned that month, you're going to 2x. If you generate 2,000 personal SP in June, your personal, you're going to unlock and 3x what you accrued for the month. Okay. Some of you are going to get over the hump and qualify. So remember, take advantage of this. Where you're going to be getting compensated on the travel points, the monthly open group performance, retail customer orders, manager and senior manager rank advancement, team leader and above rank advancement, and personally sponsored uh, planner that you help go senior manager. Guys, this is your call to action the next 4 days. This is what we want to run for. This is what we focus on. Take advantage because this is a high ticket luxury trip and they are 2xing and 3xing. So we will see you in the Bahamas. Miss Kristie Belliston, I want to thank you for your leadership, your time, always pouring into everybody. Everybody here at Team 1% and the Riman family appreciate you. I want to thank everybody for your time today. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. We will see you next week on the Friday Zoom call with Mr. Timothy Herr and director Miss Leah Lavoie. We'll see you at the top. Love you guys. God bless. Have a great night.